Okay, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutation, you Akim, that I put this word in its sincerity. There's a lot of things going on relating to prophecy. You know, you have Donald Trump wanting to go after Greenland. Why? Because Greenland is a strategic spot to lay up missiles. They tried to go for Greenland back in the 1800s, but it didn't come through. Because at that very same time, it was a backlash of them purchasing Alaska back in the 1800s. So it didn't go through. But now, Donald Trump wants to bully its way into Greenland and take over. Meanwhile, you have Macron of France saying that, listen, we better to send a warship over there because Greenland is a part of Denmark, all European nations. So Trump is trying to bully his way into, you know, getting in position so he can have a better leverage over Vladimir Putin. And Putin already knows that because he mentioned that in his speech. You see, that location, that island, that small island is very strategic in ways that we don't even know how strategic that island is to America. But Donald Trump made had a stern warning towards America, and I'm trying to take Greenland. You see, pursuant to Isaiah the 34th chapter, everything in America, all the elements, the people and everything, just like the Apostle Tahar brought out, he was the first to bring it out, that America is a great big altar. And all the people in it are the sacrifice. If you're not a part of the elect, which now we call ourselves the hopeful elect, if you're not a part of the elect, you're not going to make it out of here. You're going to be melted by them chariots and melted by them ICBM hypersonic missiles that's going to be shot off from that assembly of great nations pursuant to Jeremiah 50:9 on down. There's no escaping that judgment. That judgment is going to be harsh and brutal, you know? And when you get down to the gist of it, you know, that all these nations is going to come up against America, even its own allies. They're going to begin to hate the whore. You know? Look what France is saying. France is claiming, listen, if they're trying to take over Greenland, we're going to respond by sending a warship with some heavy weaponry down there. You can't make this up, man. You know? 2026 will very well be the year that we get the hell out of this bitch, man. Because America is a cesspool of nothing but wickedness, man. Nothing but a cesspool of wickedness and, you know, ways to please the woman. You know? I mean, it's getting to the point right now that whereas, you know, you hate to come out your house, man. You know, and they're giving these women positions of power to usurp authority over men, which is wicked, man. You know? And on my job, I'm just gonna say this before I'm not changing the subject. I just want to say this. On my job, what they doing is I'm a manager, so they're encouraging giving female employees, you know, spots that, you know, positions of, you know, that they could, you know, benefit off of. But if you're not, you know, worthy of that spot, I'm not going to recommend it. I'm not going to give you that go ahead. I'm going to give my straight opinion. And a lot of men is looking at me like, you know, or a lot of the managers like, yo, she's a very nice person. Yeah, but how about her work performance? You know, look at her work performance. Look how much she called out. Oh, she got family problems. She got this, she got that. Okay, we all have family problems and issues. But look at her work. Look at her attendance. Her work is good to a certain extent, but she's not worthy to get a supervisor position because she got a fat ass. And everybody's required in New York State to go to them goddamn classes about sexual harassment, you know? So you got to be very, very selective in your words and how you put things down on paper, because they could say, oh, I was not, you know, given this position because I declined this sexual advances, which is the case that I've seen happen. But that's why I limit my talk to these women. But that's what happens when you give women positions of how can I say it, for lack of better, positions of where they could have liberty to guide abroad and do things that's wicked. Whether it's because they want that attention or because they're trying to use their body to get what they need. But that's another lesson for another time. I just wanted to put that out there, why it vexes your spirit to be in America. America is about to be destroyed. Zephaniah 1:14 and 15 on down, that great day of the Lord, man. Look what's happening. Now they poised to strike Iran because the Houthis is a proxy army for the Iranian government. So is Hezbollah. There has been for years. They support them militarily. But wait a minute. You see the hypocrisy with the American government? You can support, them gutter rats. You can support Zelensky, which is another gutter rat, in Ukraine against Russia and be a proxy army against Russia, but use Ukraine to be a proxy army to get at Russia, supplying them with weapons and everything. But when another nation does it to you, you don't like it. When another nation does it to you, you feel like you're being violated because you're the big bully on the block. So you could bring sanctions, you could do this, you could do that, you could bully. But that don't go well with the Iranians. They have a military alliance with Russia as well as an economic alliance with Russia because they're part of BRICS. They joined BRICS in 2025, January. So you can't just strike Iran, and China was receive a lot of oil from Iran, and Russia, they both are part of BRICS. Go and stand by and watch her do that. America's gonna be a goddamn big lake of fire, fucking with these superpower countries that's gonna get together, that assembly of great nations. Once again, Jeremiah 50:9. China's a part of that assembly of great nations. North Korea, Iran, Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, Togo, which is Turkey, Libya. All these nations will get together and shoot missiles off on America. And so are their allies. America's going to shoot missiles back. That's why the earth is going to rock to and fro like a drunken, pursuant to Isaiah, the 24th chapter, the 19th verse on down. The earth is going to definitely roll to and fro like a drunken because of all the pelting from these different missiles. Like I said in Jeremiah 25:32 on down, that great day of the Lord, meaning, roughly paraphrasing the scripture, that evil gonna go forth from nation to nation. What's that evil? The missiles, man. And the slaying, that day of the Lord is gonna be many. America's gonna get fucked up in this nuclear exchange with Russia and China. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people think that America is the big bully. They're going to continue to be the big bully. But no, that's not the case, man. This place is going to get nuked thoroughly. Right along with them chariots bringing that concentrated fire. You see? You have to be spiritually, circumspect. Be circumspect spiritually to understand what's going on, man. That's why in 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1 on down it says, measure the times diligently in itself. We see what's going on, man. We see uproars of the people. Donald Trump passed the bill to segregate again, like I want to sip on a fountain that these goddamn Edomites sipped on. Nah, I prefer segregation, man. So he ain't saying nothing wrong. He ain't doing nothing wrong, But then it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt the 2/3 of Sambos. The niggas that want to please Esau, their daddy, that have Stockholm Syndrome. It's going to hurt them because they're trying to beat us like Esau, but it's not going to hurt me. It's not going to touch me. It's not going to faze me. And I'm quite sure it's not going to faze the apostles nor any other brothers in the camp, man. It is what it is. Donald Trump is that dude that's going to get America fucked up. And I was watching the video on TikTok, and you had this Edomite, some Edomite pastor saying he truly believed that Donald Trump was the last president. And he ain't by himself. It started with the apostles of Great Millstone on down. We believe that Donald Trump could very well be the last president. This devil here, man, he he's moving fast, man. This devil's moving fast, man. And he's not playing any games. He's signing executive order after executive order. He's doing what he's supposed to do as the devil. Taking orders, doing what he's supposed to do. Because he is truly the devil. Make no mistakes about that. And he's going to do the top elite's bidding. Because he's that man. He's that man that's going to bring that strategic defeat to America. And he's going to be that, he's that cruel Lord that's spoken about in the book of Isaiah. He's that cruel Lord. So we all know that when, you know, that this dude's passing executive order after executive order. Hey, unrighteous decrees, man. Segregation. Isaiah, the 10th chapter, the first verse on down. Woe to them that describe, you know, unrighteous decrees, man. Roughly paraphrasing that scripture. This devil got a lot to answer for, man. And guess what? He's going to answer to every last thing he's doing. He's not going to escape the judgments. He's not going to escape his punishment. We have to drink at that cup. So, bitch, you going to drink the cup that we drunk of. The cup of slavery. The cup of dire straits. The cup of unsurety of your life. Not knowing if you're going, you know, if you're going to make it. Not knowing if you're going to survive. You get in your car, you see police behind you. Even though you ain't got nothing to worry about. Everything is good. Your papers are good. But you got to worry about police pulling you over and bugged out shit happening, man. But it also tell you in the scriptures, obey the powers that be, and obey the powers that be, which is Romans the 13th chapter, the first verse on down, and also a soft answer turneth away wrath. So you gotta be mindful of that, man. If you start coming boisterous and coming at Esau when he pulled you over, instead of just give him that soft answer, I guarantee he's going to calm him down. This is my daughter. My daughter was in the military. My daughter told me this. If police pull you over, and if it's at nighttime, make sure you turn on your lights so they can see your hands, and put your hands on the steering wheel. That's what they've been told by the U.S. military. If you get pulled over by police, put your lights on inside your car so they can see inside your car immediately. Soon you see the lights flashing, they pull you over, you put them lights on so they can see your hands, so they can see you not reaching. You got both hands on the steering wheel. You got to make sure, because if not, that can cost you your life. One false move, because police are nervous. That's like we get nervous. They want to return to their families, so what they do is they extra cautious with their shit. Not justifying their wickedness, but you just gotta give them a soft answer, and they'll turn away their wrath and calm them down. But it's touching the harsh answer that Donald Trump is giving these nations is only enhancing their wrath towards America. Donald Trump is not giving these different nations a soft answer. No, he's giving them harsh words that's going to enrage them. He's giving them harsh words that's going to further, you know, antagonize them to make them become their enemies. That's what Donald Trump is doing. Maybe he knows what he's doing, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's too dumb to realize he's dumb because he's fucking dumb. But he's that man, and I like what he's doing. I like what he's doing. You can't be ignorant of Satan's devices, man. 2 Corinthians 2:11. This devil, he's sly and slick. He would do things and say things just to get his agenda across. And that's how this devil get down. We know that. We know that. That's why you got to be circumspect. That's why you have to be on point, man. Because if not, you get caught up into the devices of Satan's, you know, trickery. With Satan being a so-called white man. These goddamn Edomites, man. You have to be on point, man. It's so important to be on point. You know, this is just my thoughts while I'm driving to my location. You know, we have to be super on point nowadays, man, and measure the times. Things is crazy now. People are suffering. You know, you have this situation where Donald Trump signed an executive order that America is nothing but you can no longer speak Spanish. Fucking niggas, man. I mean, that was uncalled for. What the fuck is that was uncalled for? But you know, a nigga's gonna be a nigga, man. A nigga's gonna be a nigga, bro. And then you got this stupid, dumb, fucking spick bitch. Motherfuckers is crazy. Anyway, bro, that's how road rage start. But you have to be spiritual and see that you got demons on the road, man. You got demons on the road. I'm trying to come out because this dude put his hazard lights on, so I'm coming out. This chick stopped at the light, but she's racing ahead just to pass me, blow her horn just to stop at the light. And I'm behind her now. Do that make sense? Make it make sense. That's why the Most High is going to put to death a lot of you women, man. I know I'm all over the place. But, hey, man. As shit happens, I will elaborate on it. You know? Case in point. Look what's happening over in the Gaza Strip. Straight genocide. The whole world sees the genocidal acts of the Israeli government, but do they say anything? Because no, they look at the Israeli government as they the chosen people that they could do no wrong. They're ordained to do what they do because they could do no wrong, but that's not the case. That's why America, right along with Israel, is going to be destroyed. The only thing about the two countries, America is going to be a total desert, and Israel is going to be built back up by the first fruits of slaves. Pursuant to Isaiah the 19th chapter, the 24th chapter, the 19th verse, punishing the host of the high ones that are on high, the international bankers. They're going to be the first fruits of slaves. And they're going to be the ones building up, you know, Israel. You can't get around the judgment that's coming. We had to drink of that cup. So you red bastard, you don't think you're going to drink of that cup? Reality check. You are going to drink of that cup. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't get out of it. You can't upset prophecy because you're going to drink of that cup. That cup of slavery. That cup of trembling. The cup of unsurety, not knowing if you're going to survive from sun up to sundown. So think about that. So what you should do right now, you red bitch, Lamentations 4:21, rejoice and be glad, do what you gotta do because your kingdom is circling the drain. Your kingdom is circling the drain and you have a short time. That's why Revelation 12:12 is gonna come in effect, because you know you have a short time. You're gonna come down with that great wrath. It is what it is. It is what it is. So with that, I'm going to close it out. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the Great Millstone. And salutation, you Akamite, that I push his word in truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.